Good morning, all. Hope you all are doing good. I haven't seen you guys in so long, 13, 15 days or so? So I just wanted to hop onto YouTube and see how you guys are doing. Talk about a little bit what I'm working on right now, kind of show off what I've been doing, as well as just talk about more of what I'm writing with my journals and stuff like that. So, first off, I'm making another hat, as you can see right here. I'm already done with the brim. I'm now starting to work more on the crown. And here's the yarn. I don't know if I saved, let me see. I didn't save the actual wrapper of this one, but it's from the same, brand. Um, Impeccable Speckle Stripes. From Loops and Trends. Sorry, Loops and Threads. Um, I'm looking at the one right now is for amethyst. This might be amethyst actually. This might be actually the one that I'm looking at. Yeah. Yes, that is. This one is it. Amethyst. So that's what I'm working on. I'm working on this as well as a neck warmer. I got this one from a trunk sale. And the woman that actually hand dyed this yarn, actually wrote out the pattern. So I have this yarn that I'm gonna gradient to this yarn right here, and then I'm gonna gradient it to this yarn, and then to this. She was able to mix it for me. Like she pre-made it so that we can just start knitting right away when I went to the trunk sale. This was a couple months ago prior to Christmas. I wanted to go just to support the local businesses and stuff like that. So I'm working on that neck warmer. Let me show you what's supposed to look like at the end. Excuse me. So I'm going to be working on this one right here. She didn't have any more on this one, so I'm doing this one. It's called the Gradient Cashmere Neck Warmer. It's designed by Berta Karapetyan. Let me spell her name so that you guys can know. BertaKarapetyan. I'm not sure if she's on Ravelry, so go ahead and check that out if you want to. She already cut it in sections, so I don't have to take a look at the combo, I don't think. And it's a very simple stitch. So the first four rows, you do a knit 2, purl 2 ribbing. Repeat for 4 rows, and then switch over to stockinette, which is knit every round, and continue working until it's worked out. With the last combo, work approximately the same number of rounds as the first combo. Then finish with 4 rows of knit 2, purl 2. I'm working on that. And I'm working on this. I'm planning on making this as like another parent and child hat. Like I like to call them the mommy and me hat sets, but obviously it can be open to any other parent and child that wishes to have them. Most of the stuff if you want to get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Fair enough. So I'm working on this as well, and I'm doing another here. Let me grab. Doing a couple of stuff today. Um, Another hat could be for this one's more for an adult. Ooh, don't want this to pop off. Hold on. I just noticed. The one struggle about having yarn in bags, you don't know if any of it's gonna pop off or not. Any of the stitches. what are you guys' favorite stoppers? Oh no. Hold on, got an idea for that. Oy vey, making mistakes. That's okay. Alright, perfect. Perfect. So I'm making this hat right here. Doo-doo-doo. It's out of some rainbow yarn. I ended up losing this pattern, so I'm just making hats now. From the yarn. Again, another mommy and me type, or parent and child type of hat. I kind of want to see how these go, and I'm just working on that for now. Let me know in the comments what you guys are doing right now, whether it's knit, crochet, or any other fiber craft. Have my caffeine right here. So right here, right now, it's about noon for me. So I'm gonna probably have a lunch in a little bit. I'm not too sure what I want. I'm not gonna go out for lunch. I'm just gonna probably have something here at home. I've been making a lot of food at home recently, which is good. It's better. It's a lot healthier. So yeah, that's what I've been up to recently. So let me know what you guys have been up to recently. I would love to hear from you guys. And so let's get started on some of the journaling that I've been doing from Notes to Self. By the way, Notes to Self, it's not a sponsorship, so let's see. I think, where did I start? I'm gonna start here. It says, "How do you feel how is your fuel tank right now?" At that point, I was very low. I was both under halfway. I wasn't really feeling my best. I'm still not feeling my best too because of not being able to go out. I don't have COVID, thank goodness, but I just I ended up not working anymore. Reason being is because it was just a seasonal hire. So I've been like not being able to constantly get up and do things out in public. So it's kind of taxing and a little bit tiring with that, just not being able to be active and stuff like that. What I might be in need of for my body is healthy eating and exercising, and for my mind is probably reading, listening to audiobooks, and knitting. Knitting has been really helpful for my mental health. I bet that's the same thing with crochet and quilting and stuff like that. Sewing, it really is a helpful thing. And what I noticed is that when I do go to like Starbucks or something like that to just hang out, um, people just come up to you and start talking to you and have this like full on conversation about how like their family knows how to knit. They come from a long line of knitters, or they have family friends who knit, or that they want to knit. I do still work part-time with a special needs adult on Mondays and Fridays, so I stop by at Starbucks before going to work, And this woman came up to me and was like, "You're my sign." And I'm like, "Sign for what?" "Well, I'm knitting." And she goes, "I want," she goes, "You're my sign that 2020 is going to be the year I start knitting." And I'm like, "Oh, that's great." And I'm like, "You want to knit? You do both needles, or do you want to crochet?" And we start kind of talking about it because, to me, if you're very two-handed, or you're very into working with two hands type stuff, um, knitting might be an easier hobby than crochet. Oh, excuse me. For example, I know American Sign Language. I've been studying it. I studied it for like 5 or 6 years and doing it for about 10 now. And I go on YouTube and stuff like that to just refresh my memory and stuff like that. Um, and I used to do color guard when I was in high school. So a lot of my hobbies and a lot of things happen to do with both my hands. Um, so that's why I advised her. I'm like, if you're more like, most of your hobbies or most of the things you do are with both hands, then I suggest doing knitting. And then if you're more just one hand dominant, go with the crochet route. And I advised her on some places that she can do to pick up on crochet or knitting. I advised my local yarn shop that I actually picked up this yarn from, and she was very grateful, and I really hope that she was able to um get into that. And like other people, like this is like prior to COVID, and also to like whenever I actually was able to go into the city, um people would actually stop in the middle as they were walking to the doors. They would see me knitting because I would bring my knitting stuff with me while I would be on the train, because it would take 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get there. So to keep myself busy while I was waiting, I would bring something to just keep my hands busy. And then they would just stop and be like, "Oh my gosh, you're knitting? Oh, you're crocheting?" And I just have to correct them, be like, "I'm knitting, yeah." And so for that reason, I would just be like, "Yeah, I'm doing this. This is da da da." And then they would say, "Oh, my sister used to do it. My mom used to do it. My grandma." And like I would tell them like to start up and do it on their own and try it out. Um some men were like, "Oh my god, wow, this reminded me of my mom." And I'm like, "Thanks, I'm only 27." But like it's really good for your brain because you get to end up like talking to people and their experiences when it comes to knitting or crochet or even fiber craft. And it's also good because of like the patterns you're learning. I'm Hold on, let me see if I could get the right here. There we go. I'm learning a new stitch. So with this one, I'm trying to dedicate it to practicing a new stitch. It's gonna become a um, scarf, and it does look a little bit messy because I did mess up on a couple rows. So I'm just gonna be like, all right, it's fine. It's gonna, but like I'm learning. It's making me it's making me kind of refocus and realize, all right, you're trying something new, and that's okay. And it's okay to mess up and not be perfect. Um, ooh, this one was a good one. This is just a general note to self reminder. When you're down, find something that can make you laugh. When I'm not the happiest, when I started one day, just I was so stressed. This was back when I was working. I was working two jobs, and just out of nowhere, I just started crying because I was working from like 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. daily between two different jobs, and it was a lot. It was a lot to handle, and I just I just had to stop doing that to myself. So I found that when I feel like stressed or down or upset, I have to find something that made me laugh. Um, when I don't feel like moving, just at least go from one room to another, even if it's going from my bedroom, which is right over there, to the living room, which is right over here. Even doing that is very helpful. Um, Try to enjoy your time out of the house. That's something hard that I've been actually having because since I don't have a full-time job during the day anymore. I I've just been refusing to leave the house. I'm gonna actually try that today and actually just take a quick walk because I just I've just been ignoring that part. I've been just too busy doing TikTok and stuff like that and YouTube, but that's okay. Being mindful of my money. That's very important right now because I don't have because I'm just searching, and I'm hoping that to me within the next few weeks I get a job interview and then that hopefully will work out. I'm looking at a few different options right now and hopefully it will come into fruition with that. And like I just don't want to keep on spending on yarn because I have a ton right over there, right by my couch. So like I just don't feel like it's necessary for me to spend all that money. I also have some at my dad's house that I wasn't able to bring here. Um Also being mindful of my feelings. Cause like when I get stressed, I just try to ignore them and I just try not to not to let myself express my feelings. But it's important. And I should be able to express my feelings and I should be able to share them with the people that I care about and that care about me. The next one says, lately, in what ways have I been making my life more complicated or difficult than it needs to be? Number one is going shopping when I don't have a full time job. That makes it a little bit more complicated, doesn't it? Wouldn't you guys agree? When it comes to like saving money, like it's like, all right, relax. You can just knit. You could stay home, knit. If you want to record yourself on TikTok or YouTube or anything like that, go ahead and do that. Um, Compared to um, going out shopping all the time, going out to eat, try eating in, cook for yourself, etc. Also being too critical of myself. I'm the kind of person that's like, if it's not perfect the first try, um, then I shouldn't do it again, kind of thing. And knitting has actually been the thing that helped me um refocus that. And like if I mess up, just do it again or push through it until it looks right or fix it. Like it's not really that hard. All I have to do is fix it, right? Um and I kind of said this that knitting is kind of like life. There's small projects that you don't stress out on as much as the larger projects. Like this right here is a small project. Here's another small project. Here's another small project, right? But then this one right over here that I've been ignoring for the past couple of days is to me a large project, right? A hard project that I need to work through and practice and sit down and actually not be listening to music or not watching a show while I'm doing it. That's kind of like life. I can go along and just do my easy projects every day, which is like smiling and agreeing and making everyone happy, or I can really focus on doing the hard things like talking to someone or applying to the job that I don't that I am afraid of. Like, trying new things, like da 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 da. All that is something that I need to definitely work on. And letting myself, just trying to believe in myself, is something that is very important. And allowing myself to like have fun. Um just letting myself loose. I'm so used to having to be rigid and not laugh at the silly stuff kind of thing. Um I'm kind of used to having to be so rigid, so specific. But I'm starting to realize now that it's okay to not be rigid. It's okay to give yourself room to like waver, you know? It's starting to get really long. I'm really proud of this. Let's see. What is my next thing? The next one says, "What can I do to make things a bit easier or simpler for myself this week?" One is being mindful, like just being mindful of the house, cleaning up a little bit. I have to actually probably sweep over there. That would be a good idea. Cleaning the dishes, putting away the dishes, searching for a job, meditating, eating right, and being productive. Um, Eating right has been actually really high on my list recently, but having so much coffee isn't the most helpful, but it keeps me awake, so I could do other things. Meditating, I haven't been doing that recently, but if anyone knows of really good meditations or really good music to listen to help me relax, that would be such a help. And yeah. So that's about it. I might have to do some more, spot the differences in the summertime versus the wintertime. Ooh, that one is a really good one. And I have to go back to doing, what's today? Today's Wednesday. I have to go back to doing the weather inside me, because I did 1 week, but I didn't do the next week. Um, for the first week of this month, I had Monday as hopeful, Tuesday as angry and frustrated, Wednesday being, let's see, a little bit overwhelmed, and then I was able to calm myself down. On Thursday, I was a little bit bored and calm. For Friday, I was confident, safe. I felt loved, and then I was a little bit bored. On Saturday, I felt a little lonely, or sad. I felt a little lonely, but um, and then I felt a little bored, but it was a calm day. And then on Sunday, I felt playful and fun, focused. And then I got a little annoyed because just the fact that what happened with work, just I found out that I was only seasonal. So yeah, that's basically what life was like for the past few days. So yeah, let me know how you guys were feeling within this week, within the past couple of days. I would love to hear it. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for coming. Um, and very good talk. All right. Thank you guys. I hope to talk to you guys soon. All right. Peace. Peace and love. Peace and love. Bye, guys.